All right, gentlemen, well, welcome. I appreciate the opportunity to sit down with you folks. I know we've had a chance to review the U-boot prior, and this is the new Panzer edition, right? Skin, and this is about tanks, great tanks in World War II. I have the gentleman that created it with me. We're going to kind of do a quick playthrough as well. So appreciate the opportunity, guys.
Hello, everyone. I thank you the opportunity to show our game in your channel too, and it's a great opportunity for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah, let's dive right into it.
Okay, let me explain if you want. In this case, this scope game, as you say, talks about the combat, tank combat in the European theater. The playground is supposed to be a forest or a bocage terrain of the war in the European theater. And the special key in this scope is that the terrain cars have the same side and the same back in the back. No, if the cars have the terrain cars have the forest car have an German side in one side and an American side in the other. This is for the cars, the unit cars be able to advance hiding, because when as a difference in the other scopes, or for example in the Stalingrad scope, here the terrain is going, the fronts is going to be dynamic. So in Stalingrad, the fronts were static, and each player plays in the half of the playmate of the playground. But here the ground is going to move, and we are able to invade the opposite terrain. So I think the best to understand the play is learning by playing, because it's an easy game. Okay. Firstly, we will remove one row, because here the setup is for a middle game, but we are going to play a fast game, so we will remove one row to make the game faster. Okay. Sorry. And now the second is to choose a faction or a side. Which side do you want to play?
Let's see. We will be the American side.
Okay, so I will be the German. Now we have to build our squad. In this game, it is supposed we are going to play a battle between tank squads, American tank squad and German tank squad. So you have to choose the units of your squad. You have to choose in a fast game. You have to choose to 12 points. As you can see, the units have three values, ¿vale? They have the point values, what is the sum of the firepower and the armor. Down in the card, we have, if you can see the card, down we have the two bullets, that means the firepower, and in the shield there is the armor value, and the points, the value points of the unit is the sum of these two. So the expensive units have more values in their stats, and the cheapest are more lowest values. So you have to choose up to 12 points. For example, I'm going to choose Panzer 3, which is 3 points, because it's one firepower points and 2 armor points. Choose freely as you want, as you prefer. You have to choose up to 12 points.
I've always been a fan of the fast Shermans. So can we do that?
Do you, as you prefer? And I have to change that, sorry, because this is on the outside. And you can choose up to 4 units, because you can choose 5, just 3 or 4. I will choose a Panther 3, for example, a Sherman, Yeah, Panzer 4, sorry, and a Panzer. I'm going to play with relative big tanks.
Gotcha.
Now, what we have to do is to remove the first row to deploy or take it in your hand. In your case, you can remove it because you have 4 cards, ¿vale? But in my case, for you not to know where is the blank, I will take all the first row in my hand and the tanks, and now we have to deploy them face down for the opponent don't know where we are deploying. So now you have to deploy your 4 tanks, but you don't have to show me where is each tank.
Gotcha. So I put them
in a real game, we even don't know which tank you have choose. So in a real game, we don't have to show the opponent which tanks we have choose.
All right. So far so good. Got them down.
Yes. If you want for not to have to turn the cards, you can change your point of view, and when you place the card as you are, if you want. So let's start. Now we have deployed secretly our units, and now the game starts. How it goes? We have 1 action per turn. The American player starts, in this case, and we have to perform 1 action per turn. 1 action to choose from 3. I explain you what we say. The first action we can do is to move. It's like the other scopes. To move, I can take 4 cards, a quadrant, which is a 2x2 group of cards. For example, this one. I will take it and I will place it as I want. This is the way we have to move secretly our units in the battlefield.
Okay.
And so it's easy. It's you take a four groups, 2x2 cards of your side and move it. The second action we can do is to explore. Explore is has a bit more. Explore is to choose a group or a quadrant also of 2x2 cards, but it has to have cards from both sides. So, for example, I can explore that quadrant. The first thing I have to do is to flip or reveal the enemy cards. And if there is no enemies in this card, I can move. So now I will able to move. Is the way we have to advance in the enemy's side. Now I'm moving, I'm not moving units because I'm explaining you. But for example, you could explore this quadrant. The first thing you will do is to flip that, and as there are no enemies, you could move this 4. What happened if there was an enemy? Imagine there is a unit here, you don't know, ¿vale? And you choose to explore this area. Even if there is just 1 card of your side, you can explore. It must be a quadrant with cards of both sides. It doesn't depend the number of each one. So now if you decide to explore this quadrant, you will flip this one, this one, this one, R, and as you has seen an enemy, you can move. You flip back these 2 cards, and the enemy stays revealed. So you are not able to move, but you have revealed. It's like you are advancing with your tank, and suddenly you see an enemy, but you stop at time, but you are not able to attack.
Okay.
¿Vale?
So
okay.
You're not able to attack yet, but I don't flip my cards, just your cards when I do that, correct?
Exactly.
In case I had something under it as well. Okay.
Exactly. And the last thing we have to do is to search for a target. For example, I will remove that. Imagine there is a unit of your side here, and you decide you can search for a target in an enemy card, which is at up to 2 distance for a card of your on your control. Right? So you can choose this one, this one, this one.
Yep.
Imagine you choose that one. So you flip. Oh, no, if you choose a card which has no enemy, your action is lost. But if you flip a card that has an enemy, you can fire. You can fire with. You are not. It is not mandatory to fire, because maybe your units near close to that unit are weak, and you don't want to reveal it. But if you want to fire, you reveal a card which is going to make the shot, and now we perform a shot. How the shot is performed? It's really easy. We have to take in counter the firepower of your unit. In this case, is 2, and we take these 2 cards of it's a hit cards. That cards of the top of the board are the firing cards that are used to make the statistics of the shoot.
Okay.
The first
So,
is
the reason why you can attack with 2 is because my card, which is the M18, which I'll get some snapshots of these so we can see it up close. On the lower left corner, it has 2 bullets, right? 2 ammunition, so that's why it's 2, correct?
So we have two hits because your unit is 2 bullets. We have two range miss because we are at range 2, and finally we have 2 armor miss because my tank is shield 2.
Got it.
So finally we will flip. In a real game, you shuffle these cards and you take it in your hand, and I will have to take 1, and this was the result of the game. Here, what we used to do to make it faster is to put in that bag, shuffle it, and take a card. So I take the card, and this is a miss. It means that you have not hit my because it was a miss. You have not reached the target. As if you prefer, you are also able to move first to try to get closer and to fire with with best statistics, because in this case you don't have to.
3,
You
right? 2 and 3. Yes, got it.
Exactly. You don't have to.
Now, when as far as the person who draws the card, is it the defender that always draws the card?
Yes, the attacker gets the card and the defender takes it to see the result. So that is the basic game. If you want, we can play it, or if you want, we can add just one of the advanced rules that is really easy to remember, and it gives the flavor the game. Perfect. We have here, if the first is firing correction. The firing correction is really easy. If we fire a tank in a consequent turns, if you fire 1 turn, next turn, the second and next turns, you will remove a distance miss, because it is supposed your
yes,
exactly, your gunner is improving the statistics too. Each of the both units move, the firing correction is lost. Okay. You have to start again. So that's it. I'm going to remove these 2 units, and let's start to play. So now you start the game. It's your turn. You can remember, you can move, you can explore, or you can search for target. That is the game.
Gotcha. So if I want, okay, so we will do.
And the victory conditions, I missed them. The victory condition is to eliminate all the enemy tanks, or to control my first row. If this row is controlled by your side with one of your units in this row, it is supposed to, you have cut my line of supply, and you have win the game.
Very nice. All right. So just to recap before we start, is that on the movements, we take a quadrant of 4. And like I'm doing here, I would take them into my hand, determine how I want them to be played. And then I would then take those individually and flip them over.
Exactly.
So I will do that to start. Let's see here.
And you can put them
in any order, right? Any place we want. Okay.
Yeah. Exactly. This is the way you move your units.
Gotcha. All right.
Okay.
And then I do that. So that's the first set. Oh, there you go.
Okay. I'm doing the same. I'm moving this quadrant.
Okay.
So now we can be advancing our units, or we can be bluffing. This is the game.
Understood. All right. So then in my second move, I will, if I want to explore, right, which allows me to move this side up for a little bit further, I would then be able to flip these two to see if there's anything first, which I know they're not, but let's just say I do that, right?
Okay.
I pick those, so I flip that one and flip that one. There's not anything there, right?
Now you will be able to move these 4 cards that now has no sense because there are no units there,
but now I increase my field of view, or my lessen my fog of war. I can move forward, correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
But remember, your tanks only can shoot up to rank 2.
Oh,
so
not 3.
You can
only 2. 2 is the max.
Only 2. 2 is the
1 or
maximum.
2. Got it. Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to explore that quadrant.
Okay.
Vale, I flip that one and I take this 4. Now is your turn.
Okay. Let's see here. I will move these.
I'm replaying. Okay, with the key K, you can reorder it. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So I am going to move these 4 cards. Now the tension starts. Where in the real game, you can always during the game see the cards under your control.
Yeah, because memory is not one of my better games. Let me put it that way. I lose that game every time.
Don't worry. We are just showing the game.
All right, let's do.
Okay.
All right, and there we go. And then I'll just change my view to make it easier. Color. Back over here.
Now I'm going to search for a target because I think you are getting close to me, and I will try to get you. So I think you are here, maybe. So I flip. Okay, I have seen you. So I have to decide with which unit I'm going to fire you. Okay. So I'm going to fire with that one.
Oh, look at right next to me.
Okay. Yes, because it's close. But now, so you are lucky because I have only fired 1 of firepower. The Panzer 3 is not a heavy tank. So but I will take 1 of range because we are closer, we are adjacent, and you have 2 of.
So 25% chance to hit me, sir. Let's see.
Yes, that's it. If the hit appears, you will. I shuffle the bag, and now your destiny
the first drawn blood. First blood. Oh.
Fail. This is a range miss. Nice. My bullet hasn't reached. So you now you can fight back me if you want. Or
Oh yeah. So let's do that. So I am going to
now it's the same, but with another, because you have firepower of 2.
do right. So now I take
I
the
have,
like that, bring them over here.
yes.
Okay.
Shuffle.
How do you shuffle? Is it R? Ready?
And I'm going to take 1.
Oh,
Boom. So it's a hit. So you have destroyed my tank.
all right. First
Okay.
blood. I like that.
Exactly. Now I replace it with a forest card because now this area is empty. Now is my turn, but there is here another tank who is
Ooh.
going to revenge. If we were playing with advanced rules, because
Yep.
this tank and this tank are not adjacent, the shoot I'm going to do now will be a flank attack, and I will remove one of your armor miscast, but is not the case.
Oh,
So
I see.
now
Yes. And so let me just clarify. In the advanced rules, there's an option where you can do flank, where if you're not directly the 3 in front, if you're the 4th one over, right? It's or down 1 or down 2,
exactly, and
right? You flank. Okay. Is
I
behind
remove one.
is behind the other 3? Are these 3 the behind of it? Then this one, and this one, would that be considered behind in the advanced rules?
No. It's the advanced rules. For example, now you have fired this card.
Yeah.
I think there are 2 cards there. I don't know why. He's what? No, he was telling me that because you have fired this card, and my revenge don't come from an adjacent card. My firing, my shoot is supposed to be from the flank.
Gotcha.
If I were there, it wasn't an attack from the flank. I have to be not adjacent to the card you have just attacked.
So flank then would be here, here, and here.
Here. No, here not, because I am adjacent.
Right.
In that line.
Right. So this is forward, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So it's kind of like a grid where you separate it out. Okay, got it.
See, so now you have 2 shield miss and 2 range, because I'm a bit far. If that was a flank attack, I will remove that one, but it's not the case as we talked. Now, so I take this 4 cards, put in the bag, shuffle, and you have to take 1.
All right. Did you shuffle it?
Yes.
Boom. Got
Boom.
Me.
So I'm lucky.
There you go.
You have. That's it. Now I replace that card, and the game continues.
Okay. All right. So once there, so I know that card's there. It's open. All right. So let's do this. Let me.
You can try to approach me. You can try to fire me from a unit, or you can try to move silent.
I'm going to. Let's see. I'm going to move these here.
Okay, so now you have to flip these 2. There is no enemy, so you can move.
Okay.
This is a good movement, because if you place a unit here and then try to hide to move back, I will not be able to move back, because if I explore this card and there is a unit of you here, I will not able to move back. But I'm always able to try to fire this unit there. So now you can move these cards.
Okay, so you explore and then you can move, right?
Claro, if there are not enemies in the cards you have explored, you can move the quadrant. Now you can move these 4 quadrants.
Okay.
I don't know if you have a unit there,
Gotcha.
but you can.
And that's okay. It wasn't that.
Explore is like moving, but it has the restriction that there is the you need no units to be in the quadrant.
All right. Go ahead.
Now I'm going to believe that you are not here. I'm not sure, but I'm going to explore that quadrant. In this case, I'm going to flip this card, and because you are not in that quadrant, I'm able to move. If you have, if you would have put a unit there, now you have blocked my movement.
Oh,
But now
you can't flip it. Gotcha. Yep.
I'm going to move back. I'm going to. It's a tactical retreat. Now your turn.
Okay.
I'm going to move that one to go faster. I go it
Okay.
because I'm.
Gotcha. Yep. Understood.
I'm calling for reinforcements. Now your turn again. I have moved that quadrant.
I'll do this. All right.
I'm going to search for a target there.
Okay.
Because there is nobody, I lost my action. Now is your turn again.
Okay. I am going to search here.
Okay. Boom!
Oh.
There is a Panther. But
Okay.
now you need up to 2 of distance to attack.
So
If not,
it had to be this one or this one, right?
this one exactly.
Oh, it could be this one too.
Yes. I don't know. You have a unit there.
Okay. All right. So I'll do this one here.
Okay. So now is the turn of fighting. So same of 2 of these. No, you stay flip up. It is supposed that you reveal your position because the sound of the gun, boom.
Right, makes sense.
Okay, now 2 of distance and 2 of armor. This is the okay. This is the shoot.
The full shot, right? All right. All right, and then press R, shuffling, right?
Exactly.
All right, you want to draw it? Shuffle them up.
Shuffle.
Come on.
Now,
boom.
Let's go.
Ah, boo. All right.
Armor means. Now I'm going to try. I will try to trick you. I'm going to
Americans
move.
didn't have conscripts. What is this about? This is unacceptable.
Beep, 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 beep. I'm going to move that quadrant.
Okay.
Because if not, we are going to exchange fires, and you are going to remove distance cards
right
before the meeting.
Because we did the one advance roll, right? The control.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
The one who shoots first has a little advance.
Okay. My turn then?
Yes.
Actually, no, I know because I want to go hide on this. So let me just try one thing. I'm going to actually take these 4 and just do a move, okay?
Okay, it's your turn. Don't worry.
Yep. All right, so we'll do that. All right, and we will put that there. We'll do that there. There. All right.
I'm going to explore in that quadrant. Okay, so I have to flip this one, and because are no enemies. Oh, what's that? I think I'm going. It's your turn.
All right. let's see. I am going to explore here again.
Okay.
So, and boom. All right.
Oh, so
So,
because you have find an enemy, you can't move now. But my tank is rebel. Is it means like your explorers or your tankers are advancing. So the advantage is that you can explore 2 or even 3 cards, but you can't fire because it is supposed you are moving, not searching with your gunner.
got it. Okay. Gotcha.
Okay, I'm I'm going to take a risk and I'm going to search for a target maybe here.
Okay.
Okay, so if I had decided to move, I could able to flip these 2 cards, and then if there are no units, I can move. If I decide to explore, I have find this unit, I will not able to move. But now,
But
which
could
I
you
have
attack?
done,
But could you have attacked?
yes, no,
How
no,
come?
there is
Because I did that before.
what I'm trying to explain is now I decide to search for a target. So it's really easy. Move is a quadrant action. Explore is a quadrant action. And search for a target is an action you realize only on 1 card. In that case, I'm searching for a target
Ah,
in this card.
got
I'm
you.
not
I
decide
see.
to explore that one.
Understood.
So,
Understood.
okay.
Thank
So
you.
now let's do the shoot.
Okay.
This is an infantry cannon which has no armor. So now the stats is this one. I'm
Woo!
2 of firepower and 1 of range because we are adjacent.
This is not
This
good
is
odds.
the
Not good odds.
maybe you are lucky.
There we go. 33% chance. Come on. Ah,
Boom.
okay.
But the good news is now you have the chance to revenge your
All right.
cannon.
And what is the winning condition is how many points?
No, the winning condition is removing all the units or
Oh,
to take control of the
gotcha.
last.
Understood. Okay. I'm not
I
sure.
think you have a good 2 good songs, no?
All
I
right.
don't know.
So I can let's see, there's nothing there. Let's see.
You can fire this tank
Right.
because you can also search for a target on a
Or if
rebuild
you know
tank.
he's already there. Okay, so I'm gonna attack him with
Okay,
him.
okay. So now we have 2 of firepower, 2 of what? Distance miss, and 2 of armor miss because I'm going to take it on put it in the back. Sorry.
There we go.
Shuffle, and I take it.
Yep.
Boom! You
Nice.
have fired me.
I needed that, sir. I needed that. All right.
Okay. Now we are in a balanced situation again. Now is my turn. I'm going to explore in that quadrant. Okay. I
Yep.
suppose you are not there, and I flip this. Ah!
Oh,
So I have find a unit there, so I can move. I wanted to move this 4, and because you are there, I can't move. Is what happened when you explore and
yeah.
you. But I'm not able to attack this unit.
But you see where I'm at now. All right. So I have to
Now
do
your turn.
a little bit of hide and seek in here. But you got both
And
my guys open.
now you have to decide to try to search for me or move back as you prefer.
Hmm. Uh, Actually, if I say explore, I can just look at these two and then I can,
Exactly.
but then
But
shuffling, do I get to shuffle and move these two around or no?
if
No.
you decide to explore these two cards to move this forward,
Okay,
but
you can explore and I can
if I am in one of these 2 cards, you are not going to be able to move.
gotcha. And then I lose, I can't fire either. correct?
You can fire, exactly. If you want to fire, you have to
You
search
have to always
just
have to say that card. Okay.
that card,
That makes
exactly.
sense now. I understand now. All right. Let me I'm going to move. So if I move, I can take these 4.
If you exactly, if the cards are of your under your control, you can move freely without risks.
Right. That's kind of I don't know. That's kind of like drawn back. It's kind of retreating a little bit if I did that.
Tactical retreat.
Yeah, I don't know. All right. Let's you know what? Let's explore these. We'll explore these 2 and see.
Okay.
Boom.
Whoa, whoa,
Oh,
whoa.
the
There
big
was
boy.
a little cat, a panther. Now is my turn. I'm going to fire you.
I bet you are. Holy cow.
Okay. And this is my biggest
I
tank.
know.
This is
I just came into a hornet's nest, as they say. All right.
this is 3 of firepower, sorry, and 1 of armor, and 1 of distance or range. This is the stats because I have a really powerful firepower. You are just 1 armor, and we are really close.
Gotcha.
But this is my last tank. You have also. I know. Yes, you have these 2. Okay, maybe the Sherman will revenge.
All
Now
right.
take a card.
Here we
I
go.
have suffered.
Oh,
Boom.
all right.
Now
Back
is
in
your
it.
turn.
Yep.
Now you can try to shoot back with the
Right.
Sherman. Try to approach. Is your choice. What you prefer.
I don't think you want to. Well, so if I
If you want to shoot now, your statistics will be
right.
2 of
So what I'm doing
firepower.
here, I get it. So if I decide to risk it and come closer, I just have to risk the bad pull on your part when you try to shoot me. But against the big guy
If
like
you
that, I think I'll take the odds of shooting you here. So it would be, if I did this correctly, I get 2 and you get 4. No, yeah, 4, correct?
The good news is if you miss the shoot and I shoot and I miss my first shoot, the next time you will remove 1 of the
Right. So that's
each time you shoot back to me, you will remove a range card.
okay. So here
So
we go.
so
This is the
maybe
big one right here, because if I don't get this, it might be over. Let's see. So put this in here.
this is the I will suffer it.
Come on.
And now
Come on. Big
the best.
boom. Big boom. Yes.
Boom! You get it. Now the Sherman will win. This is Fury. This is the Fury Sherman.
So
Now you have win. Finally, you have win.
yep.
Because that's the game.
Very, very good. Let's see.
And if you want, I can explain you some of the advanced rules to show you how the game could be increased.
Yep.
Do you want to?
Yes, please. Let's take a look at that. And
I have here.
I will put this card up on the screen too, so we can see it. Go ahead.
Okay. In this card, we have a resume of the advanced rules. We have 3 blocks of advanced rules. The first one is the firing advanced rules, which gives us the possibility of firing correction, flank attack, rear attack, as I mentioned you. A rear attack is like a flank attack, but its release is for example, imagine this tank attacks this one, and in the second round, if you are in a line, this tank attack the Sherman will attack the Panther with 2 less of shell cuts because it's supposed the tanks were weaker in their back.
Gotcha.
Okay, and the flank attack is what I explained you. No, it's the same, but it's not as the restriction is not too hard. If this tank, for example, I will explain. If this tank attack this one and you shoot back with a tank that is not adjacent to the first one, which means that is not in that cards, this will be a flank attack. Here there will be a flank attack, flank attack, flank attack, flank attack.
Because you angled and you shot at the other one.
Exactly, because it is supposed that this tank is oriented to that one.
Gotcha.
Then we have the tank advance rules that gives some special rules. For example, the light tanks, which are tanks for that have only one armor. For example, the Stuart, you have choose this one. Where is the Stuart? This one. This one is a light tank because it has only armor 1.
Yep.
That is supposed to be a light tank. These tanks are able to move and fire. It means that, for example, if you have a light tank here, right, you will able to move that quadrant, put the tank, for example, here, and then flip it to make a close range shot, for example.
Like that makes sense. Now, what is that? What rule is that? That's the light tank rule?
The light tank rule, exactly. And it has sense because the American Army, the American Army armored doctrine believe in light anti-tank tanks. This is a Jackson, if you can see it, which is a tank with 3 of firepower and 1 of armor. And this is a Hellcat, which is more or less the same. These tanks are a relative or high firepower, but a low armor, who allows them to move fast.
Very historically accurate too, I might add. Yeah,
exactly. It's historically accurate because at the beginning, the American Army trust in this kind of tanks that were able to move faster flank to try for a first definitive strike.
Yep.
So then we have the heavy tanks. For example, the Panzer is the Tiger is a heavy tank. These tanks, when you fire with a heavy tank, you have to flip it 90 degrees to represent that the next time this tank is not able to move. So I can move, for example, these 3 cars or explore these 3, but the tank will have to stay on the board because it has shoot the last turn. If the tank don't shoot, it is turn again to unblock the movement. It's a kind of making the difference between light tanks which can move and shot, and heavy tanks that when shot cannot move. The middle tanks like Sherman, Panther, and Panther 4 are middle tanks that have no restriction but no wounds also. And the last advanced tank rules is the super upper or superior armor. What means that, for example, if this tank is attacking this one, and this tank has less firepower than the attack defender armor, it only can attack adjacent at range 1. This firing the shoot is not possible.
It would just bounce off. Got it. Yep.
Exactly. It has also real sense in a mathematical or historical way, because weakest cannons can't attack the hardest tanks if they are not really close to them.
Right. The shell wouldn't penetrate the super armor.
Exactly. And there are some tanks that have special rules. For example, here we have a Stuck 3. In a Stuck 3, we have special rules in the firepower and in the armor, because a Stuck 3 is a low profile tank that if you are at distance 2, if you are attacking on a Stuck 3 at distance 2, you have to add another miss card because it has a low profile, and it's more difficult to reach to target it.
Right. Or it could be hidden
And
behind a hedgerow or a hill, really easy.
exactly,
Yep.
it's a kind of a sniper tank because it has a low profile, and it has a low profile because it has no turret, and it gives you the another special rule that this tank has. That is, if this tank attacks, for example, this tank, the next turn, if you decide to attack with the SCOPE Trilogy again, you only can attack the same card or the adjacent card. You can't attack, for example, this tank because they are not adjacent. Because SCOPE Trilogy has no turret and it has no flexibility to change target. I
So
don't know if
it has to be forward facing to do it. Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
It has a kind of bonus and a kind of minus. And there are several tanks that have special rules, but I don't want to explain it. And the final block of rules are the terrain cards that allow us to put terrain cards on the field. So that, for example, this is a mountain that is a non-passable terrain. That means that you can't move on that way because it's a kind of flank. There is a mountain. This is a lake that is the same. It's an unpassable terrain. What is the difference with these two? The mountain cut the line of sight. What it means? It means that this tank can't attack these three cards. It's always the farthest three cards. For example, if this tank is here, they can't attack these three positions.
Oh,
because
okay. Gotcha.
There is a mountain. If this tank is there, you can't attack these three positions.
At least three positions. Got it.
And we have another terrain card that what is the middle. The middle is only a place where you are not able to hide or to conceal because it has no trees, and if you enter in the middle, you have to reveal your tank. You want to move because there is no cover there, and there is also a hill. A hill is like a mountain. It's a kind of mountain, more or less like this, but it is passable. The tanks can enter can enter up into a hill, and a hill has combat bonuses. If you are attacking from a hill another tank that is at range 2, you only have to use one miss of range cards because it's really easy, or it's more easy to attack from far from a hill.
So, and do you have to, when you're on the hill, do you have to expose yourself as well because you're above everything else?
Exactly. You can hide from
like
a hill,
field, like
but,
the meadow. Yep.
Like the meadow, exactly. And if another tank attacks you from close, it has to use 2 range cards instead of just 1 because it is supposed that a card on a hill, if you are close to it, it has an advantage in defense because the top of the hill is covering the front of the card of the tank.
Okay.
So
Go ahead.
tell me no. If you enter in a hill, let me explain, and I finish. If you enter in a hill, you expose your tank because you are not able to hide, but you win more stats to a far shot, and you win more defense in a close shots. That's it. I don't know if I explained it well.
Nope.
And that is
understood completely. And when you put it out there, who places those cards? They done randomly, or does each person get to choose one? How do you?
No. The way they are put it at the beginning of the game, even after deploying the
standard card.
The tanks, the German player choose in this case, because this is the fast game, we just we are able just to place one of these cards, and the German choose to put it on its field or in the enemy's field.
Really?
If the German put, yes, if the German put, for example, if the German decide to put a leg here sorry, then the American can put another card on the German's field. this is the way it works. If you decide to put the ground the terrain card in your card, your enemy is going to put them in his ground. If you choose to put the card in the enemy's ground, the enemy choose to put one of the card in your ground. That's
So it's led by the German decision on where he wants to put the first card.
yes, because it's supposed to play at home, no? Because no, so the German decides the first step, but for example, the American can put a mountain here to. It's a kind of you start, but I have the possibility to react.
So it's great. So it's another very thematic piece I like in the sense that it's their home field, so they can place where the first one goes to help, just like Americans get to go first because they landed and surprised, if you will. So
Exactly,
understood. Understood.
and
Fantastic.
that's it. That's the game.
Awesome. Well, this is definitely a beautiful layout, and I mean, what's impressed me just right off the top is how thematic it is within just cards, and how
Yes, yes,
you've arranged that versus miniatures and versus a lot of things that require a lot more in depth and expense, right, to get that same kind of feel. Off recording, I just was impressed just even with the historical pictures that you guys have. I often see, different pictures and everything that are never in same theme, but it almost looks like every picture you have is in the angle and in the historic setting, and
exactly.
it looks really nice. So well done there. Great. All right. Well, how did they get a hold of you? How can people kind of interact with you to make it easy? I know you. First of all, congratulations that your Kickstarter went through. Correct on that.
Yes, yes. We have found in almost 2 hours.
Which is fabulous. Congratulations on that. If they want to get a hold of you, just to find out more if they want to back it or not, or just get some clarification on what we just
Comment any questions in the game found place of comment. You can ask what you want, and we immediately answer you whatever you want to know about the game or the rules. There are several videos, and there is also the rule book. If you want to download it to check the rules. What you want, we are there for any questions or need.
Great. And we obviously, I know you're offering a Discord as well, so the stuff can be answered right there as well.
Exactly.
All right, gentlemen, I know, Juan, thank you so much for walking through this with me and kind of giving me the better view of this. And of course, the other games very similar you have, right, is the Scope U-Boot and Scope Stalingrad, correct?
See, Stalingrad is about a sniper's duel, and the U-boat is about the Battle of the Atlantic between allied convoys and German submarines.
There you go.
All of the three series have uh, a bit similarities, and the way of playing by cards and moving is the same, but the rules are really different and in each game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I, again, had the pleasure of trying the other game. I definitely think this one, the whole hidden mechanic movement is just fabulous as well. There's just reason why my original interest in the game, when you see something new that kind of works very well. And this one works very well with that as well. So we appreciate you spending the time on it and going over everything with us. Again, the Kickstarter is up. You can get access to all three games, right? You have a package as well for all three, or this individual game. So check it out if you will. So, all right. Thank you guys very much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.